Hello, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of the Chog Blog. Today we got another action figure line that we're going to review. And this one is the Superman, the Man of Steel, which was by Kenner. This line was released in 1995. And a little reason why they released this line, like Batman figures they've always been releasing, he's always been popular. But Superman had been kind of forgotten. You know, he wasn't as popular as Batman. But in 1992... the comic, The Death of Superman came out, and it sold like 6 million copies. It was the best-selling comic of that year, and it was, one of the best-selling comics ever. And, they started doing all these different covers, and then they did the storyline of the Reign of the Superman, where like these 4 different Supermen were taking Superman's place, and then of course Superman got resurrected, and there was a whole popular resurgence of Superman. They even made a ride at Six Flags of Superman, and that's kind of why they released this line. This was like during the Reign of the Superman line. Superman was updated. He was a little more gritty now. They gave him like longer hair,
super mullet.
Yeah, super mullet. Trying to make it look cooler. And of course, it also led to somewhat. This is the beginning of the downfall of the comic industry, because this is when once those Superman comics became really popular, everybody started doing all these variant covers, the Chronom covers, and people thought, oh, I'm gonna, buy these comics and make $1 million and retire one day.
Bought 20 copies of everything.
But they produced so many of them, the bottom just fell out, and
they're worthless now.
Yeah, they're all worthless. But it all started with Superman number 75, which was the death of Superman, and this is kind of what led this to. But we're gonna show you what they made. It's kind of a small line. I mean, like I said, Superman's popularity just kind of waned down again, but he's not like Batman where they can release Batman's they've been releasing Batman figures ever since '89, and he always sells just because he's so.
More than that, they've been since the '60s.
Well, no, I mean, but they went for a while. But it started in '89 with like the movie, and then
everybody loved that Batman.
So we're gonna show you what they did with Superman for Kenner.
Okay, we're gonna start off with all the. They got a couple. We got some single carded. They got some 2-packs, deluxe ones, and some vehicles. The only thing we're missing is the giant Superman, but.
And the Canadian versions, there's like Canadian 2-packs, but you can never find.
This is the first one. We'll start off with the basic Superman, which has him in his. Of course, you can see he's got the super mullet. Really nice packaging. I like the little bold S at the top. It really lets you know what this line's about.
Yeah, very, very simple.
Very iconic.
Well, that red and yellow suit.
This is just the basic red and blue with the tights.
What was that from? That was from originally $7.
Yeah. $8.
$8.
Comic Book College.
Powerfly Superman. All right.
And there's quite a bit of different variants of Superman. This is another Superman version. This is the Ultra Shield Superman. He comes with a space suit, like snap-on armor. I'm assuming he needs a space suit to counter the kryptonite or something.
Yeah, they're trying to make him extreme like Batman, just so he's more popular. Like I said.
And then this is actually based on the Return of Superman comic, where he had his black outfit.
Yeah, this is the outfit he wore when he was resurrected. He was like he wasn't actually dead. If we found out, he was just like in a comatose state till his body healed, and he wore this little resurrection suit. And this is what he wore when he first came back. This black and silver suit, pretty cool suit.
And this is the Solar Suit Superman. Got all his like all the Kenner figures always have. Bunch of big, black, shiny, crazy weapons. I don't know why Superman needs weapons. He's the most powerful made-a-human being ever, but
you gotta add play value.
Gotta get play value.
Yeah. All right.
And then this is the Lorenzo Lamas Superman. No, Street Guardian Superman, but he does have the Lorenzo Lamas like
Matrix.
Yeah, Matrix.
Looking very Neo-ish.
He's got a little, and of course he's got the chain to whip around. They say it's a little. This is from Elseworlds, so I think this might have actually appeared in one of the Elseworlds comics.
I don't remember what storyline that was.
I don't either, but it
says
Elseworlds.
It's got the Elseworlds trademark.
And then of course this is also from the storyline of the Reign of the Superman. One of the 4 Supermen was Superboy, which actually turned out just to be a clone of Superman. Of course, he had his leather jacket made him hip and young. one of the other Superman that was from the run of Superman was John Henry Irons, who went by the name of Steel. He had like a Superman armor, but even after Superman came back, he still kept his Steel persona. He's still pretty popular in the comics nowadays as well.
Yeah. Even got his own movie, but you know
we won't talk about that movie.
we won't talk about the movie.
I think we've already done a review of those films.
Yeah.
That movie sucked.
Yeah.
And of course, now we got the villains. We got, of course, Lex Luthor.
Can't have Superman without Lex Luthor.
He's got his little jackpack which squirts, and of course he's got the huge weapons as well.
Kryptonian blades.
I don't know if this outfit's based on anything comic based related, but probably not. And this is the villain Conduit. He's got this nifty little helmet, and then his little snap-on attack cables.
I think he's kind of like Electro. He's like he's got electric powers or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar about this character. Yeah. I might have seen him in a comic or two, but yeah,
I never heard of him until he was in this figure line.
And then we got a couple of deluxe figures. First, we have the Ultra Heat Vision Superman. These have like light up eyeballs, and they got the little chrome plating. Of course, they got the big backpacks with all the electronics.
And of course, these all have a little collector card with them too. This one you can see better.
Yes, it has both lights and sounds. I'd like to get one of these loose, see how it works.
Yeah.
See what the sounds make. And then they also have a deluxe steel, Blast Hammer Steel. He's got the chrome armor, very chrome and shiny. Even has some chrome on his shield.
Big old gauntlets.
I don't think he has sounds and lights though. He just fires stuff.
Yeah, and he's got the chrome finish.
That's a pretty cool chrome finish. Yeah. I like that chrome finish. And then we have some. These are the 2-packs. The first one, of course, you can't have a Superman line and not throw at least one Batman figure in there.
Got him, and it comes with an exclusive comic book.
Gotta have your Batman. There's this one, but there's also another version of the Cyberlink. This one. They got chrome shiny parts. They also have like chrome, you can't see it very back, but there's like they come with stands that are also chrome and shiny. I don't know if this is a Walmart exclusive, but it's still got the Walmart ticket on it, so it must have been from Walmart.
And it says limited edition.
And then this is the Superman versus Doomsday. Of course, Doomsday was the one who ended up killing Superman in the death of Superman. So of course he had to make it into the line. I don't know about Superman's outfit though.
Well, actually, that was from the comic. That was like that's like some Kryptonian. That's how the Kryptonians dressed. You know, I think that's actually like his battle armor to fight Doomsday.
And their last 2-pack is Battle Damage Superman and then Massacre. I have no idea who Massacre is.
Me either. Never heard of him.
I don't think I've ever really seen him in a comic before. It's just some really ugly red dude.
Obviously power enough to take on Superman, but...
And then we got the vehicles. The first one is the small one. There's Superboy's Vital Cycle. Just converts to a jet.
High-tech motorcycle.
There's the back.
Figure not included.
And then we also have the Superman, the Matrix Conversion Coupe. It actually comes with the Clark Kent figure. The thing is, you put Clark Kent in here, and the thing, and it like flips around. So if you have a separate Superman figure, it turns from Clark Kent automatically to Superman.
Yeah, this was a re-release of the animated Superman car. There was the one that had a animated Superman. They just made it.
And then lastly, we have the last big box thing, which is the Kryptonian battle suit.
And this is actually in the comic because he was actually in this when he first made his reappearance from his resurrection. This is what he was energizing in, was this Kryptonian battle suit.
Yeah, and then it dumped out with a bunch of goo. They should have made it so you could fill it with goo.
Yeah, and he dumped out with his black silver suit. Outfit.
And there's the back of it. Of course, it's got the missiles, and I don't know why it's got kryptonite. Why would it have kryptonite? Yeah. So yeah, let's give him some kryptonite. Yeah. It'll kill him. But anyway, that is the whole full line. Again, the only thing we're missing is there's like an 18-inch Superman, which we haven't found.
And the 2-pack Canadian versions.
Bunch of Canadian ones, but
I've never even seen them on eBay, so I don't even know where to get them.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty easy to find. They're pretty cheap. They're not really that hard to find. Not expensive. But it's a really good representative, especially love Superman. It's a good line to have. But do any of you remember this line when you were kids, or do you collect it currently? If you have any other questions or comments, just let us know. And as always, just keep on chogging.